Should be live. What's going on, everybody? It's Friday Night Tech Talk. I'm Will. We got Mike in the middle from Simply Your Device. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, how you doing? Happy Friday. Woohoo!
We got the man of the hour. We'll get back to that later. George, Mobile Geezer.
Hey, folks, how are you?
How's everybody's week?
Good. Good. It was I don't know if everybody caught, I don't know if anybody follows me on Facebook, or I try to post on Instagram. The Fifth Avenue here in Pittman was rocking with trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, I saw that. You looked like you were pretty busy.
Yeah, we had a good crowd. We had a good crowd of people. A lot better than I thought, especially with the weather, how it was.
I just sent a message in the private chat. Can you both see it?
Wait, I want to get to it.
Yeah, let me switch over.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh man, hold on. I gotta remember how to get to it.
Yo, it's where the comments are, and over is the private.
Yeah, where it says private chat.
Oh, I see it.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, Gary's in here. We got problems.
Uh-oh.
But isn't he the Pixel King?
Yeah, he is.
Yes.
He is. Me and Gary were talking the other day. But yeah, Mike, I'll let everybody know. Mike won the bet. Mike won the bet, but he might.
I called it.
He halfway won the bet. So far, he halfway won the bet because I might not keep it.
No.
He's already won the bet.
He won. But you know what I mean.
Now, folks, I know you all understand, and Mike and I understand. What Will hasn't gotten yet is whenever we tell him he's going to buy a phone, he's going to buy the phone. Will doesn't seem to get that.
Yeah.
I had to, but I don't know. I'm torn this year. This is the first year where I'm kind of. Last year, I guess it was default. I couldn't be torn because I didn't pay for it. But this year, I'm kind of. I couldn't complain last year.
At least show them the phone on screen.
Oh yeah, I got the white one. Everybody's seen it already.
I hadn't seen it till tonight.
No, I mean the phone. Everybody's seen it, I
hadn't seen yours till tonight.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm torn this year.
Well, what give us what's torn? What's so bad about it?
The phone is good. It's a Pixel, so it's good. The camera's good. I haven't had no issues. The battery is a Pixel. The battery is a Pixel.
How's the wide angle there, buddy?
The wide angle is great when I step back 2 feet. When I slap my lens on it, the wide angle looks great.
Do you remember the old song "Torn Between Two Lovers," Riesling, and torn between two ecosystems?
This is the problem this year, and I got my RCS going too.
Yeah,
I got it.
See, Mike, you the only one, man.
I know. I couldn't get. Well, I told you and I messaged you. I tried. I had no patience. I tried for about.
I think it's the One Plus. I think it might be the dual SIM.
Well, we didn't include that.
No. I tried it on 3 phones. I finally ran out of patience with the third one. But yeah, you got to do it over and over on some of the phones.
Really? Which phone do you have it on now?
Yeah,
I have it on the OnePlus 7 Pro, and I have it on the ZTE Axon 10 Pro.
Okay. Now, George, those are both dual SIM, right?
No, Gary, it ain't going down.
Then you don't have the dual SIM.
It's not going down, Gary. Right there. Hi, Mom. How you doing?
You, Gary, say
we're gonna get to Gary in a minute.
Okay.
Now the battery is a Pixel. I mean, let me see today. I'm low now. I'm at 5%. Let me see. The phone's been off the charger. I'm at 6 hours and 7 minutes. The phone's been off the charger for 16 hours. So I made it through my shift. I haven't plugged it in.
So what percentage are you at now?
5%.
Okay, that's not good. But at least you got.
Well, no, the percentage ain't good, but I can make it through like work. But
the screen on time is fine, but the percentage is terrible for that amount of time.
Well, yeah. Well, no, not really. I'm at 6 hours. I mean, it's not an iPhone. Like on the iPhone, I can probably go 10 hours.
Yeah, you can go a day and a half on
And,
the. I can
you
go
know,
a day and a half on the iPhone.
You know, with the screen and all that.
I can go more than a day on my OnePlus 7 Pro for that matter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, the OnePlus 7 Pro. You know, I like the phone, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just.
Have you
it's
found
rough. It's rough this year?
Yet?
Huh?
What's so rough about it?
Favorite feature yet?
Found the what?
Favorite feature?
No, I mean it's stock Android. There ain't really nothing spectacular.
It might be the camera, something in the camera.
Oh no, I mean it's the you get used to it with a Pixel. The camera's always gonna be the camera's always gonna be good. The zoom is really good.
Okay.
And there it goes. Yeah, the zoom is really good, but I don't know. I'm back and forth. Like I'm thinking I'm gonna send it back. I had printed out the slip a while ago.
Why?
I got it to the 8th.
What's making you put it? Wait, you ain't even told me, huh?
What'd you say, Mike?
Wait, you even had it in the box, sitting in the car, ready to go out.
I was ready to send it the other day. Then I was like, let me give it a fair shot before I pack it up and send it back.
How many days have you actually had it?
Probably it's been a week, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a week now.
Right.
Yeah, this might be a week today. I think today is a week. But you know, it's good, but I don't know. I gotta really think about it because if I send it back, I know later I might want it again. The whole face unlock thing, I don't care about all that when your eyes closed or whatever. It is annoying.
Is there a restocking fee or anything?
I think $30.
Okay.
It is annoying. Putting in your password for your apps because I don't use LastPass, so it's annoying doing that. Like with the bank, you do got autofill that helps, but still annoying, and it shouldn't have. You shouldn't be doing that. But that's the developers. I see 6.
Yeah, 6 is quite. I got a question. Yeah. Nigel posted something you might want to share out there.
Remember, you can put up the comments.
I got it. Gary said, see, Gary must use his phone less than me. Gary said he's been off the chart. Well, that's only 12 hours, Gary.
Yeah, but Phil, that's way better than what you're getting.
Yeah, but he must, I don't know, he must use his phone less than me.
He's using the phone way more than me.
And then, okay, another problem is when you're outside, the brightness sucks. The screen is very dim.
Everybody says
compared to like a OnePlus, like I could have my OnePlus, the brightness would be like close to off. I don't know how you use yours, Mike, but I could have my brightness almost off and see the screen. On the Pixel, it's rough, man. When you go outside, you have
a whole bunch of people have mentioned that in their reviews.
Yeah, and that's, to me, that's like something with the battery, because then if you turn it up to be able to see it, your battery's going to die quicker. But
yeah, naturally.
Let me see. What did Nigel say? Huawei, of course.
Of course.
Huawei, what is that? The Huawei Mate 30 Pro is coming out on the 15th. I ain't buying that, Nigel. It don't got Google, right?
Well, plus the fact we're in the United States, you probably don't want to buy it.
The lack of native screen recorder. 6, the lack of no screen recorder, the lack of wide angle is beat. It's not the battery life, the whole thing with the messaging. It's just got a lot of stuff, man. For $1,000, it's kind of rough.
Yeah, bad news.
And then, okay, this is the thing. Here we go. We're gonna get to him right here. What is he saying? $35 restocking. OnePlus. Okay, OnePlus makes OnePlus, right? I had the 7 Pro. That phone makes this phone tough to buy. I mean,
yes.
What am I using as a daily driver?
It really,
the iPhone.
It really does. It makes it hard to even stomach paying that $1,000, especially this year, because Google, like they just did what they wanted. The Soli sensor, to me, I know Gary might like it. I turned it off because I'm never going to be waving over the phone.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Yeah,
and I'm guessing it kills your battery, so I turned that off. Huh?
Well, you may be waving goodbye to your phone pretty soon.
There you go, George. I may be waving goodbye to it, but that'll be it.
I can't get my drum roll. Okay.
Yeah, I turned the Soli sensor off. I seen somebody on Twitter was actually saying he was putting out a review, and it was funny because his whole thing was like, I'm putting out a review, but he was like, it's not gonna be what you think or whatever. He was like, it's not what reviewers say.
Well,
What's
did he
that
do
guy's
it? Did
name?
he do
Well,
it
no,
yet?
this is what happened, George. I went to his Twitter page trying to follow up. I think you've had him on before, Mike. I think, or something. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. English Dan or something like that. But anyway, he was like, "It's not going to be what you guys think." Then, if you look down his Twitter, like 2 tweets down, he was like, "When you buy a Pixel from the carrier, Google treats you different." So he obviously must have had some kind of problem with his phone freezing.
Yeah, some
And
kind
I'm
of
like, well, his
really? Yeah.
review. I'm like, I guess his review is going to be a little different now if he goes back and changes it. But
right.
yeah, I mean, it's good. I haven't had no issues besides just the fact that it's expensive, and I know Gary was like, what did he say? OnePlus is like the bootleg Google stock or something.
Yeah, but you see what he's saying here.
Gary.
OnePlus is the great value of Android. I agree with that.
Gary, it's not
so.
even about being the value though. Like OnePlus is all right. If OnePlus charged $1,000 for their phone, besides the camera, you really can't. Like, it would make more sense to buy that over a Pixel, because OnePlus, it's like the build is better, the software experience is, even if you don't like Oxygen OS, which you really wouldn't have a reason not to like it, but it's at least on par, if not better. Like, they update their phone. Google is like they're living off the camera, and this year they didn't bring it, man. They didn't. There's no 4K at 60.
Well, yeah, but have you used the new enhanced night mode stuff?
Nah, not yet.
Okay.
Yet. Like, how can they let Apple put wide angle before them, and Apple's got it on a phone that's $699?
Well, you know what they
That's
said
crazy.
at their event? They said they think
That's nonsense, man.
Yeah,
they did that because they can't do nothing special with wide angle. They can't process wide angle different. You know what I mean? If it's wide angle, it's wide angle. They can't figure out how to do nothing fancy with that yet. But I don't know. I mean, if I got it for free, even at like $100 off, it would still be rough, man. 900. Like, I could buy the OnePlus, it's $50 off, and get an iPad.
and the $50 off OnePlus right now is 8 gigabytes.
It's $650, and you get headphones with it.
Right, right.
And a cheap case in the box.
Now it's 8 gigabytes.
I don't know. Google, I don't know. I might keep it only because I like having the Pixel, and they're hopefully they'll update it and maybe they'll fix it, but it's rough. Did you say like I'm doing my day to day?
I was replying to Six's comment. That's all.
But yeah, I know Gary. What did he say? Puff Daddy and Android just took Android. And see, Gary, you can't say that though, because I don't know. I guess you never used it. If you use it versus a Pixel, I'm telling you, I don't know. Unless you just are like blind and you have to prefer the Pixel every year, you can't pick a Pixel over it, man. You wouldn't.
I agree.
There's no way. You keep your money in your pocket. Gary, I bought every Pixel except for the A line. Every one.
Yep.
And I'm like, this year I can't, man. I don't think I'm gonna keep it. I don't know.
Since I have the Pixel 3A, if there's a 4A, I'll be all over that.
Now, Will, I want real quick. Would you please? I'll buy it for you. I'll buy one of the D-Bent brand so we can make a video and get more negative comments. The thumbs down, please.
They don't got no man. D-Brand grip is, I think, is trash.
By the way, folks, you should know that Will lost the bet. He's got to take.
Yeah, me and Mike are going to eat one day.
Yeah, and
Mike has suggested doing a live video, or at least making a video from there.
Oh, we are. We will be making a video. We will be making a video.
Now, Mike, you have to know that I knew when I came out and told you that I was buying you a hamburger. So it's only because I like you that I didn't wait a couple more weeks.
You were shocked, like,
because I could have sent it back and everything. You would have never knew. But I was like, I'm gonna be a man of my word, and I'm gonna let him know.
Gotta be honest. Okay.
I was a little
You can't say a hamburger because there's no White Castles now.
Well, no,
no,
baby. A bonsai burger.
Get a burger. Yeah,
I forget what you had last time, but yeah, I don't know. OnePlus.
No Wawa. No Wawa. No. We're going in for the big one. Okay, we're getting the burger, all fries,
what's up?
beer,
have you learned your lesson? When me and Mike tell you you're going to get a phone,
Well,
have
nah,
you learned
listen.
that you're going to get a phone.
This is what happened. This is what
We
happened.
have never been wrong once.
This is what happened. Google had the event, and then I was like, and I ordered it. And I was like, I got time if I'm going to decide if I'm going to cancel it or not. Then I was like, I'll just try it.
Okay.
So but
we've never been wrong once.
I didn't want it to be amazing, and then they'd be back ordered. So I was like, let me try it. I don't know. It's rough.
Hey, at least they took your money, not like Samsung.
Yeah, I know they did. But you know what? Like, yeah, they might be giving it back. They might be giving it back. I got the label. I got the label in the car, the box in the trunk. All I got to do is put tape on it.
What is such the big thing about returning? Why are you so on the fence?
Because
what's the thing is make you put it back in a box? What's the number one thing? What, you're holding up an Apple?
The iPhone.
Oh, the iPhone.
Yeah.
The wide angle?
Just the iPhone this year, they killed it, man. They killed it.
Yeah, remember a few times
because Mike, I can just go get
Pro. For me now, it's the second best phone because the iPhone kills them all to me.
Yeah, even just the iPhone 11. Yeah.
I can go get the OnePlus and save $500.
That's true.
You could. You darn right. You could go. And this
So-
way you get the best of the Android. I think that's the best value going right now for an Android phone.
Probably
And then
One of the OnePlus phones.
All right, Gary's trying to bet with me now. Gary, that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. I might just keep it and wait. At least I know they'll update it. And I'll get
that's a doable bet, man. That's a very doable bet.
3 weeks, I think, is stretching it, but him buying it again, that wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, but I don't know. Google would. All right. Oh yeah, let's talk about the Face Unlock. The Face Unlock works good. You can have the phone upside down. It still unlocks.
And your eyes closed.
Your eyes closed. You could be dead. Yeah.
Right.
Your eyes can be closed.
Get that comment from Gadget Goddess. She's in there. She said she sold her P30 Pro, went back to the Mate 20X. So
Okay.
She went back. She went back to Huawei. She got rid of one and get another one.
What else? The Face Unlock's good. The speakers are good. Cameras are good. Everything is. The phone, it works. Like the memory, the RAM is they increased it. So it's not really like complaining.
Said they were having a stuttering issue.
Yeah, I thought so.
I remember who it was.
I haven't had
on Twitter.
Honestly, I've had
yes, I saw that too.
I even got the thing working, but it's just I don't know. It's tough this year, but we'll see.
All right, we will see.
I'm not as satisfied as Mike is with his 7T.
Yeah, Mike. Well, Mike, like everybody else, he loves his
Mike with that ugly thing on the back.
My Oreo cookie.
Yeah,
okay,
that thing is terrible.
He says it grows on you.
Let me tell you how fanatical I am. Okay, this is in between. Eventually, this is going to move into my personal phone slot, my personal number.
Right.
This is still invisible. I'm gonna be testing out Visible when I go away in the end of the month.
Okay.
And this has now become my work phone. I sold my LG V30S.
Right.
So now this, and I want to just real quickly touch on this phone. 2 days of using it and talk about battery life here after many phone calls, a lot of emails. I don't allow the desk to tie me down. So I get orders, I'll get questions. I'm at 58%. Played music, GPS.
Cool.
Watch some videos on my break. So the battery life still to this day. And I mentioned it. I don't know if I said this to Will or somebody. The day that I opened the box to this moment, it's still as fluid and fast as it.
Yeah, you got a 90 hertz. Oh yeah.
No. This is the 6. This is just the 6.
Yeah, he don't even have 90 hertz on it.
Oh, you don't have.
No.
What'd you say, George?
I said, how you liking the 90 hertz display?
It's all right. I mean, I don't know. To me, it's overrated, but
some people notice it, some people don't. That's what I've noticed.
I don't know. To me, the phone is fast, but it's not like I don't know if I go when I use the iPhone, I'm not like, oh, this is so slow. I don't know.
No, okay.
Well, matter of fact, the iPhone is different because their animations are long. But
That's
if
true.
I went to like a regular Pixel 3, it's not like I'm gonna,
Right.
be missing it. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, I can't use another phone. I don't know how people always say that, but I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, tech for your needs is
I
making
know
a
I've seen some people saying like the battery life is good on the phone, and I can't say that. Not if I use the phone like I do with the iPhone, or
right.
even when with the OnePlus 7,
Yeah.
or it's not good. It's not good. If I stream on, like I usually stream at work, like listen to podcasts or
Right.
Google Play. If I do that, that thing will be dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Now, George, real quick,
maybe 8 hours, 10 hours.
you said your number 2 phone is the iPhone.
No, my number 1 phone is the iPhone. And
Oh,
the OnePlus 7 Pro now.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
got to get on here, man, because you Gary
We
is
need to
the
get Gary in here.
Gary is the worst.
Yeah, Gary, that's cold-blooded,
I don't
man.
think he's ever used a OnePlus. You are terrible.
Yeah, Gary, tell us, have you ever used a OnePlus? It'd be interesting to see your answer.
Flag this guy. What
Yeah,
are you smoking, man?
I don't think he's ever used one.
Gary, Mike is taking it personal now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever used
Don't
one.
forget,
There's no
I had
way.
a 2XL and I left that for the OnePlus 6. Okay,
That's true.
and yeah.
See, George, I told Mike, I said, Mike, try OnePlus. And he was like, oh,
Yes, you did.
no.
No. I've been wanting to try.
No. But when you had the 2XL, I was like, try OnePlus. I said, you're going to love it.
He did say that.
Love it.
Yeah.
But he said, no, he has not. But,
He has
Gary, there is no but in there, man. There is no but. There's no, you can't even put that in there. There's no but, man. You ain't tried it. You got to try it. You really got to try it. And then you'll look at the Pixel and be like, all right, it's different.
It's different, yes.
It'll make you look at the Pixel and be like,
What
I
the
don't know
heck,
if
guy?
it's
What
worth
am I
it.
doing?
You'll say, especially if you're not like,
you know.
What'd you say, George?
Generally, the OnePlus is about the smoothest experience you can have on any phone. That's
true. Like the only knock you can make on the only knock you can make on the OnePlus is the camera. That's it. You can say that it's not. You can say that it's not a Pixel, but it's not like it's bad. Like it's not all out. It's not.
No, it's a great phone.
And at least it does 4K at 60.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
But yeah, for almost half the price, man.
The article I saw said that Google didn't include the 4K 60 because they knew the battery.
And because of the storage, but that's what Google said, because of the storage. But that's a cop out, because you could have just put more storage, man.
And it would have killed the battery.
Here, look right there. OnePlus 6, last year's phone, 4K at 60. Okay.
Okay, there you go.
4K at 60 Pro mode.
Take that, Gary.
It's Google. Google's got a tough.
Now, what does she mean? I remember that.
Remember when I was telling Mike to try OnePlus.
Yeah. Okay.
But all right, let's get into the story so we don't. So I don't. So me and Gary don't go all night, because I've only owned one OnePlus, but my unit was defective and it didn't make calls correctly, so I'm biased against them. Maybe I would try them again later. I've had the OnePlus 3T, the OnePlus 5, the OnePlus 5T, the OnePlus 6, and the OnePlus 7 Pro. And I had the only one I had an issue with. Which one was that, Mike? Remember?
Like a 5 or 5T?
5. When I got it, and as soon as I got it out the box, it went to update, and it got stuck on the update. That was a pain, but that was a couple of years ago. But they're a little better
I've had
now, I think.
5T to 6T and now the 7 Pro, and I've
Even
loved
if it
all
was
three
storage, why not up the starting memory? Exactly. Like Google, man, I don't know.
Yeah,
they don't want to sell phones. That's all, man.
Mm-hmm.
That is all there is to it, or something. Because I mean, I done seen just about everybody's review, and it's, I don't know. They're all over. They're not all over the place, but everybody says, like George said, everybody says the battery's bad. Not bad, but they're saying it's okay. I know Jay Will was like, he has good battery life. To me, if you use the phone, to me, all right, I say like, forget who it was, but you got to think about using the phone because you got to think that your battery might die. Like you get, what do they call it?
And you're right. Everybody's different, but Jay Will usually has better battery life on phones that other people are complaining about. So, something about the way he uses his phones, he doesn't eat up as much.
He must use his phones real different because he showed good battery life. He had posted a tweet, and I mean my battery life is all right, but that's with me modifying how I usually use a phone, like how I usually use my phone at work. Mike knows I go to work, and that's like Mike. That's like when I had the LG, how I was using it trying to save the battery.
Oh yeah. Remember? That drove me nuts.
Battery saver mode. If I have to use battery saver mode, I'm not using battery saver. George, just
I'm with you on that, George.
Really like think about what I'm doing because it's gonna kill the battery.
Yep.
I don't know. Anybody who bought an iPhone, you get your free Apple TV tonight.
Yeah, we'll be talking about that later.
Okay, so I got that coming. Okay. All right, I've got the
they got you didn't get an iPhone, but you gotta you should let me see. I gotta see if I can add you to my thing. You can watch it's called For All Mankind. It's like
no, I dived in.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just before the show. That's what I was. Yeah, I ran downstairs, set it up on the Roku, and I have it on my iPhone.
Yep. Need Apple TV.
Yeah. He's a trip.
Gary is crazy, man. All right, let's start. When I pull them up on here, they go the opposite direction. I don't know why on Mac. So the first story that I got is the iPhone story with iOS.
Oh, the iPhone
2. Yeah, because they go the opposite way. It's up to you, George. We can start at the other side. We can start with
No. I'm having trouble sharing my screen, so one of you will have to share it if you want to share it. But tell me which one we're going to. Sure.
Yeah, which one are we doing there? Will,
you're in charge.
Go to the iPhone then.
The iPhone.
The shipments, right?
Oh, okay.
iOS 2 closes background apps.
Which is the shipments one or?
What's up?
The one about the shipments?
No. iOS 13.2 closes background apps so quickly it may have broken multitasking.
I don't think I even have that one.
You got that one, Mike?
Wait a minute. Where'd it go?
Mike lost it too.
I don't think I had in the first one. Oh, I see it. Some of the stories have that.
Oh, okay. Way it spells it out. It's weird. Okay, it's on iMore. Okay, you want me to share it?
It don't matter. One of us will. I got it. Let me see.
You got it?
See if I can do it. Yeah, I think I remember. It's our screen, Chrome tab. Okay, I think I got it. All right. Is it sharing?
Yeah, but see.
Okay, yeah. All right, I got it now. Okay.
All right. iOS 13.2 closes background apps so quickly it may have broken multitasking. Multiple reports across Twitter.
Don't forget the subheading. More iOS 13 torment.
Huh? What?
The subheading says more iOS 13 torments.
Yeah.
Multiple reports across Twitter, Apple community support forums, and Reddit are piling up, suggesting that Apple's iOS 13.2, that's the one that came with Deep Fusion, is very aggressive when it comes to killing off background apps. A report from Mac.
And I haven't noticed any difference so far, but
yeah, I haven't. I don't know though. See, I don't know. I don't really go back and forth and do all that. A report from Mac Rumors notes a growing number of iPhone and iPad users have complained about poor RAM management on iOS 13 and iPadOS 13, leading to apps like Safari, YouTube, and Overcast reloading more frequently upon being reopened. Several Mac Rumors users have claimed that they have experienced problems when multitasking with YouTube, Safari, Messages, and more. Over on Twitter, Marco Arment said, major new bugs introduced in iOS 13.2. Background downloads often hang forever and never run. Apps get killed in the background so aggressively that iOS effectively doesn't offer multitasking anymore. Continuing the iOS 13 pattern of breaking long-held basic functionality. And that was from yesterday. Arment again highlights the reports that iOS 13.2 appears to be extremely aggressive in killing off background apps. The reports have also been noted by blogger Michael Tsai. As mentioned, Twitter is absolutely awash with reports of poor performance, memory management, and multitasking issues. That sucks. Like George said, I haven't really had too much of anything on mine that I've noticed anyway.
But I'm like you, I don't go back and forth.
I don't really.
What do you consider multitasking?
Like they mean like, let's say you open up Twitter,
right?
And earlier you had Instagram open too. Like you know how Flossie does, how he'll go back to Instagram.
Yeah, he keeps going back and opening the other apps. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't.
You mean this stuff in the back here? What's up?
Exactly.
I'm laughing at you, Mike, because what is that, a OnePlus with 12 gigs of RAM?
No, it's my iPhone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you get a little Gary Brown on me now, huh? A little sassy in the mouth, huh?
Oh, man.
That burger's really tasting good now, okay? I think I want it now.
Better and better.
I'm sober. I'm not drinking too. See, but yeah, like, you know, I don't really, Mike, that's what they're saying.
So,
like when you go back.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
You go back to Instagram, it'll have to reopen the whole app. Like,
exactly.
Well, that was an app. That was an app from yesterday. This
267 is back around, huh, Gary? Oh.
Now I just opened up my XM radio app and I had it on a station and it actually closed it. I guess it kind of closed it out.
Closed it out, yeah. I guess that's what they're saying. But you know, I guess Apple's getting a little they got too excited, try to add all these features, and now it look like they're breaking stuff. You know.
What was that,
a Pixel 3 issue before last year, right? The RAM management and all that, where it was closing apps all the time.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was really bad.
That's really crazy though, because the iPhone, I know since I've had the 11 Pro, my battery's been crazy, and if this is the first update to cause that to happen, I don't know. You know, whatever they were doing before, the battery was fine. So,
and iPhone is
some kind of mistake.
Yeah. Well, I went to my 7T, okay, Mr. Smarty Pants, and I brought back some old apps, and they were still there.
Of course they were, Mike. Of course they were. You got 50 gigs of RAM.
I can't go to my 7T because I'm 74.
I know Forbes got the got the Pixel. Forbes got the Pixel. I know Allen's got the Pixel 4 XL. But yeah, you know, that's good. George hasn't noticed the problems, and Mike said,
"Yeah, I haven't noticed any."
Showed it, right, Mike?
No, that was the first time. I tried it out earlier, but I didn't go all the way back.
Yeah, since I read the article yesterday, I haven't specifically started any apps so I can try them in the background, but I haven't noticed any difference in my phone use at all.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying it now. Yeah, it's starting to move over.
No, it is starting. Okay.
Yeah, it's starting to move over. But OnePlus 8, 30 gigs of RAM, and a punch hole notch, Gary.
There you go.
All right, who wants to do this Google one?
Which one's good? Which Google
one? Details biometric API for developers.
Oh, that's all you, Will.
Mike,
that's
you don't
all
want
you,
that
brother.
One? Mike, you've been killing me about it for the past 2 weeks.
You're damn right I am. Okay, how could you release a phone that doesn't have a face unlock and work properly? Okay, I don't care about developers. I don't care. It's got to work out of the box.
Mike, listen, that's what you love about Android, man. Android is free, and Android, blah blah blah. I told you, if Google puts their foot down about stuff, people are going to be mad.
They need to put the foot down to get the platform moving, okay?
So sounds like, Mike, you want Google to be like Apple. A little bit.
That's why I carry an iPhone too.
Well, the saying Google wants to be, the Pixel's the iPhone of Google, so why not?
Google needs to really, they should. Mike is right though. I mean, they should, but
I mean, this is their flagship. We're not talking any other OEM. Their flagship.
Mike, you know why the carriers don't care? Because
the carriers do care.
Not the carriers. The developers. Samsung doesn't have it on their phone yet.
Huh?
Once Samsung starts using Face Unlock, then it'll matter. Wait till
that'll be in the S11.
Yeah, wait till January.
That's when
exactly. That's when it'll mean something, because then people actually buy the S11.
I mean, the point is, if it's not Apple and it's not Samsung, Americans don't pay much attention. Period. That's probably true. Yeah.
Especially if it's not Apple, though. I think because Apple will make the news.
Apple's in a different position though, because Apple isn't like Google. Apple don't care. Apple will tell the developers, like, if you don't update your app, you're not going to be on the Play Store.
We'll just take you out of the store. Right?
Google is like, please update. And
exactly, that's the difference. Apple tells them, Google asks them. That's the difference.
This has been for like a year, I think, Mike, since like Android 9. They've been.
Well, Corey, this has been a little longer. Bring up the story. I'll read it.
All right, go ahead. Hold on. I'm like you, Mike. George got it. Okay, hold on.
I'm going to butcher this just as bad as butcher the biometric API.
9 to 5 Google.
Right,
yes, 9 to 5 Google. Will found it. Will, I have to say this too. I didn't even know about this. I
was telling you. That's what I kept telling you, why it wouldn't work.
No. The news that there are details on a biometric API for Android. So.
What do you mean you didn't know about it?
Well, normally stuff like this hits just like how, I don't know. That's what I would think it would have been a little bit more.
I think it's just been in the news because it doesn't work.
Be a bigger deal.
Yeah, not a big deal. Thank you, George.
But it's because Face Unlock is pointless on the Pixel without them supporting. You know what I mean?
Okay, but
you can't use it with your app, so I guess that's why it's in the news.
I'll read. Google details biometric API for Android, which enables Pixel 4 Face Unlock. Biometric oh shucks!
You said you were going to butcher it.
Yes, has been a part of Android for a few years at this point, but times are changing, and so are the way we log into our phones. Face Unlock is the next big thing, and Google is urging developers to add support for biometric API for Android, which makes biometrics better for everyone. Let's stop for a second.
Okay.
Google is urging developers.
Yeah, well, that was
will be highlighted. All right.
Now, of course,
George.
What occurred to me, the times are changing. My mind went to Bob Dylan. For the times they are changing, but I'm old,
Okay. In a blog post targeted at developers, Google explains why it shifted over to the new API, as well as detailing how developers can shift over to it.
Yeah.
Back in Android Marshmallow. Wow, that's going way back now.
That's back.
Yeah. Google introduced support for fingerprint sensors with the Fingerprint Manager class, but it was a very basic solution. Developers had to create their own UI for fingerprints and only support fingerprints. Things started to change in Android Pie when biometric prompts was added into the delivery. It delivered a common design a developer could use, which also worked across more types of biometric authentications.
Authentication.
Thank you, George. Now with Android 10, Google is making further changes with the biometric API. The company explains, with the launch of Android 10 API level 29, developers, I just thought of a Star Wars thing. What was that? Well, 6 didn't like this one. Execute order 6.
Right. That's right.
Anyway, developers can now use the biometric API part of the Android X. Why is there an X? Why can't we just call it 10? Biometric library for all their on devices using authentication needs. In Android 10, the team introduced some pivotal features to turn the biometric API into a one-stop shop for in-app users authentication. That worries me, the one-stop shop, but I'm not a developer, so I don't know that.
Yeah, none of us are. So
yeah, Biometric Manager enables developers to check whenever a developer supports biometric,
whether a device supports.
Whether a device supports biometric authentication. Furthermore, the set device credential allowed method was allowed. Wow, this is above me. What are you laughing at? Hold on, I'm not reading the comments.
If you use the programming, that's how methods are always shown. They give you a method and you plug the method into your program and it does it automatically.
Oh, is that what that is?
That's
Thank
how
you.
it works.
Well, you know some of that stuff, George, what they're talking about, no?
Yep.
Okay. I'll pick it up from method was added to allow developers the option to use a device PIN pattern password instead of a biometric credential if it makes sense for their app. The team is now packaged every biometric feature you get in Android 10 into the Android X biometric
Gradle. What a name.
Yeah, Gradle dependency, so that a single consistent interface is available to all the way back to Android 6 API level 23.
Okay. So that's back to Marshmallow.
Yes. Going forward, Google wants all apps to use this new API, and it also heavily relies on their updates for its new phone. The Pixel 4 new Face Unlock system actually requires apps to support these new APIs. So clearly, there is a reason for Google to push faster adoption. However, Google isn't forcing developers into the new biometric library. Those who do upgrade, though, will be able to have a consistent interface that works all the way back to Marshmallow. Okay, who has a Marshmallow operating phone to this day?
I'm right.
Yeah. If you're a developer looking to support these new APIs, Google blog post offers more details on how it's implemented, and the word Google blog post offers is obviously a link to that.
Exactly. Now, of course, it says exactly what Will was saying. Apple forces them to do it. Google doesn't. Google should, I think.
And it's like Mike said, though, George. And I mean, Google knew this phone was coming out.
Yep.
How embarrassing is it that you put out a phone and the Face Unlock is trash? Like,
well, it's not trash. It just doesn't work because developers aren't buying into it.
I can use it to unlock the phone.
Right.
For Google stuff that's on, like some of the stuff in settings, I think you use it, but you can't use it with your apps. Like there's like 5 or 6 apps that you can use it with. So what's the
I read somewhere I can't even use it with my Bank of America app because
none of the banks support it. If you're trying to come at Apple, then you gotta step it up. Come on, you can't price your phone at Apple level and do like this. This is terrible. Like they should have, if anything, they could have either pushed the people to do it or waited until this was out and then released the phone.
Until they were ready, you mean?
Don't push the feature and talk about how great it is, and then you can't.
It doesn't work for most apps.
Because essentially, what happens is, George, it's like you go to your bank and it's just enter your password and username. That's it.
Yep.
It's not.
Munchie says their app developers need to update their apps, and yeah, they do. But I don't know.
Yeah,
That's my beef.
Apple tells them they have to do it. Google asks them to do it. That's the problem.
Yeah, Google needs to.
I know.
We're gonna kick you out the App Store.
Exactly.
That's it. Like Apple doesn't care. Apple is like, if you don't update, your app isn't gonna work or whatever. You know what I mean? That's it.
Well,
something kicked my music on my Google Hub.
Yeah,
one of you guys said, I don't know what it was.
Like Munchie said, Google is never ready. Yeah,
it sure seems that way.
They're never there. It's true though, because look, they put what's that thing? The don't unlock with your eyes closed. It was in the previews. People saw it on the leaks, and then when the phone comes out, it's not there.
Come on. And then they turned it off somehow.
Yeah, like I don't even know who tells them that's a good idea, but whatever. It's Google. This is Android. This is just Android's problem on a whole, man. But
I was just thinking about the face unlock with the eyes closed, and my mind went to Barney Google with the googly eyes.
What is Gary? What do you mean Apple got pictures of people and Google don't?
Yeah, I don't understand that myself.
Same with 4K. Yeah, the 4K is 60. They said it's in the thing, but they disabled it. I seen there was somebody saying you can use Open Camera or one of those other apps to do 4K is 60, but
I saw that somewhere too. Yeah.
Yeah, Google is a trip, man. They $9.99. Was it $7.99 for 64 gigs for the phone with probably the worst battery life ever?
Yeah, that's true. You see what Big House said there?
Yeah, I just activated my Google. Just started talking to me. It told me to have a nice trip.
You set off my Google Home.
Yeah, I don't know. Google's a mess, man. We need Munchie in there to snap him into place. Blackmail. Oh, okay. Gary is saying blackmail. He's saying Apple can blackmail people and Google can't. That's why.
Well, Will, shouldn't you and I be saying right on, brother?
Yeah, right.
We all blackmails. Come on now.
Yeah, me, you, and Gary better watch out. Yeah, it is bad. It's bad. Just like Mike's been bugging me about. It is embarrassing. But that's Android, man. You know
what's sad about it, Will? It should be embarrassing, but Google never seems to be embarrassed by this stuff.
They should, you know what? But they should be embarrassed. They should be embarrassed because Google wants everybody to be like, the Pixel is what an Android phone can be.
Right.
So if y'all are the first ones on Android, because they have to put it out first before somebody else can use it.
Right.
It's got to be baked into Android. So how can you put it out and nobody is using it? Like, that makes your whole platform, that makes your whole thing just look bad.
And it's sad that they're not embarrassed by that, but they never seem to be.
Well, if you look at the presentation too, of the event from 2 weeks ago, that was like put together. Well, I mean that just set a precedence on how this phone is coming out.
It to me wasn't bad except for that one lady that just
George, it was bad.
It was bad.
George, it was really bad, man. I mean, it was bad.
The worst thing about the whole event is like they went out of their way to totally disagree with the biggest tech review on earth. That was stupid to me. Yeah.
Because they had to try to defend their position, but just the event was bad. Like the way they presented the whole thing, like they focused on recycling and all that. Then they talked about the phone for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, and then they had the lady come out and talk about the camera, which is the best thing about the phone every year, and she didn't really seem to have much interest in it.
Because she probably, she got paid to be there, and
say some nice words.
George, she was going to the back to get her iPhone.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
She's like, "Where's my Pro Max?" And she's like, she came for the check. That's all. She had no idea what they were even talking about.
It sure didn't seem.
She really knew the name of the phone because she kept calling it the device and the. It was,
that's true.
Yeah, it was.
I got a phone. It does some nice
She
things.
just kept saying, "I take pictures with the device" or something. She was saying, "I don't know."
Wait, it's almost
Well,
like
now, Gary's next point, that may be true. You know, conversation, good or bad, is good time thing for Google. Press is press, and he's probably right. You know, any press is good press. You know?
Not for the Pixel, man, because the press for the Pixel every year is bad.
But we're talking about it on our live stream.
George, if people hear you saying, the phone is too expensive or the price is high or whatever, they'll still be intrigued. If they hear you say the phone is too expensive and the battery sucks, the screen isn't bright, you know what I mean? They're going to be like, buying that. George, every year people say the iPhone is boring, the iPhone costs too much, but then they'll be like, but the video is amazing, or
the video is amazing,
or Apple Store, or you know what I mean?
And even in the 3 years that I didn't even have an iPhone, when people asked me, I said, if you want a phone that just works, get an iPhone. I would tell them that all the time. You know,
even if Apple gets bad press, there's something good about it. Like something good is going to follow it.
Yeah,
when it's the Pixel, it's always bad. There's nothing
other than the camera. But everybody says they buy it for the camera. You know?
They'll be like, "There's Face Unlock now, but it doesn't work with your apps."
Yeah, exactly.
It's really. I mean, just that guy's name from Android Central. He was just like, "I can't even recommend people to buy the phone at all."
Yes, that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what
he can.
Yeah, he was like, "I can't even." He was like, "You can't."
So we're saying. So now it has Face Unlock, but it's inappropriate. Oh,
good one, George. When was the last time you heard anyone say anything about the Note 10? That is true. The Note 10 did fall off. I haven't heard. You know what? I haven't heard no bad press about it either, though.
No. And I do still see an occasional video where somebody either mentions their Note 10 or shows something with their Note 10. You still see that. You know,
that is true, Gary. I haven't heard nobody talk about the Note 10.
Look, wait. Let's just talk about tech reviewers and the Pixel and what light's shining on it. Right now, we were just before we went live, we were talking about the G8X. And what are all the reviewers are saying? They're all giving this phone positives for that.
And I would say in the last couple of months, what two phones have had the best press? I'd say it's the G8X and the OnePlus.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're saying the G8 is good, but it's like I don't know. They're praising it.
It's well worth the money what you're getting because you're getting two screens.
Praising it, but George, they're praising it based on the fact that the Galaxy Fold is so expensive. Like. It's not like
that's the only reason. That's not the only reason. And I mean, MPDHD, did he even mention the Galaxy Fold in his video?
Yeah, but George, how can you praise that phone, but then they trash the Axon M? It's the same thing.
The Axon M was 3 years early. Yes, they were way ahead of their time, but the tech wasn't there yet. You know,
so that's everyone good with the phones they have for the year, or are you expecting something else before?
That's why he release an updated version of the Axon M now. I bet you that thing would be killer. You know.
Oh, we're gonna get the one in 1 minute. What do you think about Big House's comment, Mike?
Okay. I know is everyone good? What's my answer?
You're good.
Mm-hmm. George, I'm gonna have at least one more.
I think the Pixel's going back. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, Mike doesn't. He's getting his burger.
I'll take my
that's right. I'm getting my Red Robin burger.
Mm-hmm. My deductible would be after my what is that thing called? Restocking fee, my $1,030 or whatever I'm gonna get my money back.
I keep picturing Mike coming out with Will saying Red Robin.
Yes. Yeah, I think I might start the video that way, you know.
Mike, there you go. We got it. Can you use the commercial? Like the beginning of the commercial or the sound bite or something.
The jingle I'm gonna start. Yeah. I got the video and I'll edit it up with little quirks and all.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Since we were just talking about the folding phone. George, you want to take this Moto?
Oh, let me go find it. Where is it?
Nah, I'm not Big House. I'm not satisfied.
First, whose story is it? Android Authority? Who
we only have one about Motorola. It is from 9 to 5 Google.
9 to 5. Oh, the folding.
Yeah.
No, Oh, the Razor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, let me get it up. And so my computer's slow today. I don't know why. Except I just had while I was at work, I guess I had some kind of upgrade to Windows, so that could be why. All right, so let's see if I
I
can
still haven't updated
share
my
my
Mac.
screen. Say it again?
I haven't updated my MacBook because I heard people were having issues. So I've been avoiding the update.
Yeah, I
Oh,
upgraded
Mike,
mine last.
she's telling you
All
to
right,
go for
it's there.
What's that?
Eleanor said go to Five Guys.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
But I want a
I went
beer review.
I was about to say Five Guys don't got beer.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. That is true. All right, I got it up. I got the
All right,
I got the screen shared.
there we go.
All right, so now we're going to talk about the Motorola Razors.
Another
This is
folding
Razor.
phone. You see how we got into that conversation?
Folding phone, but a little different, but let's see what people think. More Motorola Razr images leaked with specs, Snapdragon 710, 2,730 milliamp battery, more. Come on, computer. Stay with me now. Okay, it's acting dumb. Okay, when it rains, it pours. Just minutes after the first official looking image of the folding Motorola Razr phone hit the web, another leak reveals more images of the device as well as some of its key specs. I should go up and show the pictures. So that's what it looks like, okay? Two separate screens there. All right. Mobile can open, I think that's how you say it. Mobile can open posted a gallery of images of the upcoming Razr smartphone, which pretty much bears all when it comes to the design of the device. Based on one of the images, we're guessing these are sourced from a registration page that was accessed early. We can see the folding design in complete display inside as well as an outer display and the limited buttons along the sides as well. It appears that Motorola is offering functionality with that second outer display, a 600 by 800 panel apparently, with some capacitive buttons. According to this report, which should be taken with a grain of salt, the inner display is a 6.2-inch OLED display. So they crossed out the what's most interesting from this report, however, is a rundown of the specifications of the device. So now they replaced it with an update. It appears these specs are simply rehashing the report from XDA developers from earlier this year. Apparently, the folding Motorola Razr will have some relatively lightweight specs. That includes an octa-core Snapdragon 710 processor. That's a mistake in my opinion, but that would be paired with 4 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes of storage, or 6 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. That should be fine, but the measly 2,730 milliamp battery is a bit concerning. So there's more pictures of the device. Over here, I tried clicking on this last night, and that doesn't do anything. It's just a picture. Motorola will reveal the Razr in full on November 13th, so we have 12 days before they do. Now, I'm surprised they didn't mention price in here. Weren't they talking like $1,500 for this thing?
I don't know, but now I don't want it no more. It's just I think the nostalgia would have sold it. That thing,
Snapdragon 710 with 4 gigabytes of RAM. I mean, come on, and a 2730 milliamp battery. I can't. You see anybody spending that?
I mean, George, you know what though? I'm thinking. Remember the Pixel 3a had crazy battery,
right?
And we don't know. You know, I'm guessing it's probably not going to be what we think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's just every rumor I've heard price wise, they're all saying it sounds like $1,500 base. You're talking a
no. But what I mean is, has anybody seen like the software that it's running?
No, I haven't seen. I mean, maybe it's gonna come out and be fantastic, but for that price,
I'm wondering if they're gonna do it like, let's say you flip it open and then you have dial pad at the bottom. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like the dial pads at the bottom and then a couple apps up top so that the phone is going to last long. Like, I don't know. I just think the way
You
they're
don't
going to
find
do
that process to be extremely disappointing?
I don't know, because the Pixel 3A didn't have,
That's true, but I mean, I have $250 and $300 phones sitting here with a Snapdragon 10. I mean, come on, and you're going to go up above what iPhones and Google cost? I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, we don't know the price yet, though. I don't think that's going to be the price.
Every price rumor I've seen going back at least 4 or 5 months, they all say $1,500 starting.
I could see 1,000. I don't see 1,500.
You pay $1,000 for a 710 processor.
People are gonna George, not me, but people are gonna buy it because it's nostalgia to have that flip and all that. People will buy that.
Yeah, that's probably
and it's Motorola, and if it looks like that with the screen on the outside,
it is Moto, so Michael probably buy
it. yeah, Mike's. Oh, we didn't even put the one in there about the Moto, the watch.
No.
But yeah, well, I guess we'll get to it if we got time. But yeah, Mike will buy that.
The watch I'm interested in.
Yeah, I probably would buy the watch.
I can't buy y'all too much for me. I can't buy the watch now for $350. Nope.
No.
That is a lot.
No, thank you. Nah, it's not no Apple Watch. It's still running Wear. Mike. It's still running Wear OS.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how.
You make a good point. If I spend $350 for a watch, I'm going to buy another Apple Watch.
It's not Wear OS. It's running Wear OS. Wear OS is terrible, man. It's not worth it. You can go buy.
Have you picked up a Wear OS watch lately?
No, but I don't need to know it's bad. Mike, I don't know. Mike, I don't need to know it's bad. Mike, I can go buy.
Terrible until you've had an Apple Watch. Then it is.
Mike, you can go buy the Fossil Gen 5 for $275 now. Why would you give Motorola $350?
Because it's Motorola.
That's right. That is why you would do it.
See what Google's going to charge for.
Nobody's going to buy it, man. Nobody's buying that watch. $350. They're asking too much.
Did you read? I read somewhere where they're not even making the watch.
Yeah, it's not Motorola, right?
Yeah, that's what I read.
I've seen that somewhere. Yeah, it's not. They said it's not Motorola.
Some company I never heard of.
No, okay.
You know what it is? Motorola's trying to cash in. That's all. They just want. Yeah. They know everybody doesn't have no Wear OS watch, and everybody's going to be like, "Oh, Moto 360 with no."
Well, they're going on.
No notch at the bottom.
Oh, they're going back to what was the most popular Android Wear watch? The Moto 360.
They had it. They had the crown for that.
Yeah, because you were able to customize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had something with all that Moto Maker. With Moto Maker and all that, they really had something. They messed up.
Yeah, they had something great going on there.
They messed up when they started going to these stupid designs, and you could slap something on the back and do all.
Yeah, but remember, this was all Lenovo's decision.
Yeah, they messed up. They messed up bad when they did that. But I don't know, George. We'll see. I know, George. You'll say you won't get this phone. You're like me with the Pixel, and
no,
6 months from now, George will be like,
I wouldn't even buy it that price. No folding phone's worth it.
Keep something in mind. I haven't come close to $1,000 phone yet.
All right. Well, no, you might not buy it for that price, but I think you'll get it, George.
Oh, I agree with Gary's comment right there.
Motorola is the king of mid-range phone. Yeah, like. That's why I don't think that price is right, George. I can't see them pricing it that high. Motorola knows that they're not. Unless it's like a Verizon exclusive.
Right. They are the king of mid-range phones. Every Moto phone I've had, I absolutely love, but none of them have cost me $400 even.
Unless it's a Verizon exclusive and
right,
they subsidize it crazy or giving it away.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. To get people on Verizon.
Well, the big thing would be
because that phone started on Verizon, right? The Moto Razr was exclusive to Verizon.
Yeah, it was Verizon.
Yeah, I could see Verizon putting a big V on the front of that.
What Gary's saying, Lenovo killed Moto. Yes, they did. I agree 100%.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did.
Except they can still make great mid-range phones, but other than that, they killed Moto. I agree.
Yeah. The G line's about the only that's saving grace.
Yeah, and Big House agrees. You know.
Yeah.
Eleanor, you have a wonderful evening. I'm glad you came by.
I'm gonna get this
iPhone
shipment story.
Okay. Which one is it? Oh, wait.
iPhone shipments.
I got it. Let me see if I can get it.
I just paid $1,200. Yeah, see, Gary, that's why I'm not feeling good about this whole thing. Just what you put, I didn't pay $1,200, but it was close enough. I'm not feeling good about it. Gary, you could have bought a OnePlus 7 Pro, an iPad, and two Sandstone cases. Right, Mike?
Yeah.
You could have bought a OnePlus 7 Pro and the Xiaomi Mi A3 for that money.
There you go.
Okay, I got it up if you want to share it.
All right, this one is from 9 to 5 Mac. iPhone shipments fell despite high revenues, say 3 big intelligence firms. Yesterday's record-breaking Q4 earnings report might have suggested the opposite, but reports from all 3 of big market intelligence firms say that iPhone shipments fell year on year during the quarter. Apple's fiscal Q4 calendar Q3 numbers were all good. Revenue was $64 billion, which was at the very top end of the company's guidance and well above Wall Street expectations. iPhone revenue was back up above 50% of total income at $33.36 billion, and Tim Cook said that iPhone 11 sales were off to a very good start, a very, very good start. But there was one clue that all was not what it seems and what Cook didn't say. In explaining how Q4 revenue was so high, there was no mention of iPhone. We concluded a groundbreaking fiscal 2019 with our highest Q4 revenue ever, fueled by accelerating growth from services, wearables, and iPad. Cook then carefully slipped iPhone into his next sentence, which was about expecting better things ahead. With customers and reviewers raving about the new generation of iPhones, today's debut of new noise-canceling AirPods Pro, the hotly anticipated arrival of Apple TV Plus just 2 days away, and our best lineup of products and services ever, we're very optimistic about what the holiday quarter has in store. The smartphone reports from Canalys, IHS, and Strategy Analytics all conclude that iPhone shipments fell year on year, even if they differ on the exact numbers. iPhone shipments fell by 2% to 7%. Canalys has the most pessimistic analysis, suggesting that Apple's shipments fell 7%. Apple shipments fell 7% to 43.5 million units in Q3, an improvement on the double-digit declines in Q1 and Q2 2019. The firm thinks the rumored iPhone SE 2, which there won't be any such thing, will help going forward. Apple devices do not have 5G, and it will have to contend with that in early 2020. It will miss out on heavy operator investment in 5G marketing and promotions, and the wide expectation for Apple to launch a 5G iPhone in September 2020 may convince some customers to delay purchasing to ensure their device is future-proof. Apple will need an unconventional strategy to keep its volume high in the early stages of next year, which make rumors of an upcoming entry-level iPhone launch in holiday 2020 unsurprising. I guess that's what that means. H1, I don't know.
No, that's their first quarter.
Why don't they call it Q? Maybe there's a typo. Strategy Analytics puts the drop at 3%. Apple iPhone shipments fell 3% annually from 46.9 million units worldwide in Q3 2018 to 45.6 million in Q3 2019. Despite the slight decline, this was actually Apple's best growth performance since last year. It thinks base model iPhone 11 pricing will bring better news in the holiday quarter. We believe Apple is stabilizing due to the cheaper price of the iPhone 11 and healthier demand across Asia and the United States. IHS has the most optimistic view of a 2.1% fall. Apple shipped a total of 45.9 million iPhones during the third quarter, which was a 2.1% decrease from the same period in 2018, and continued Apple's unit decline for a fourth consecutive quarter. However, Apple was able to limit the rate of unit volume decline to single digits. It too believes more competitive pricing will do the job this quarter. Sales of new iPhones in the fourth quarter were expected to increase year on year, thanks to the reduced entry-level price of the iPhone 11 to less than $700. In addition, a $150 price reduction of existing models is expected to contribute overall shipment volume growth in the fourth quarter. Apple's new pricing policy is intended to expand the addressable market for Apple's content services now rolling out to customers.
We'll keep the story up for a minute.
All right.
Now we go back up to what Tim Cook was saying. This right here, we conclude a groundbreaking fiscal 2009 for our highest crude quarter revenue ever, fueled by accelerating growth from services, wearables, and iPad. Saying Mike has been right for months about everything he said about Apple, right, Mike? Because you said it's all about services.
Oh, it's all about services. Yeah, I mean,
it seems like they're about to make all their money on services, and that seems like that is their plan, and it seems to be working.
I'm guilty. I went for the TV, and I did the TV, and I'm doing all right. 99 cents for 50 gigs of storage. Okay.
Yeah, and I do the same thing with the 99 cents. Now, tell me something.
But that's a lot. But you can have a lot of people doing that. That's a lot of 99 cents. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All of us who got the phone and are they sending out an email or something for us to know we have access to Apple TV? How are we supposed to know? Will, you're the one who needs to answer that.
What happened? I'm looking at my amazing viewership. What am I, Flossie?
No. Are they going to let us know that we're supposed to have a free Apple TV for a year?
Oh, you both should get it for free.
No,
yeah,
George, listen, George, you have to log on the web. A friend of mine couldn't get his either. If you log on the web, right?
Yeah.
And then click on, like it'll say try for a week or a month or whatever. You have to sign in, and once you click on it, you'll be able to get it for free. It'll tell you it expires next year in November
for a year, right? But aren't they don't bother to tell us about this? We have to go
because you're supposed to just do it. I don't know. I did it on my Roku and it just worked.
Okay.
I don't know.
No. You got it. Did you log in?
I signed in on my Apple TV on the Roku. They got an Apple TV app for the Roku now.
Yeah, I can do that on my Roku television in the other room. Yeah.
Did I start today too on the Roku?
I can't send it from there, huh?
Didn't it just start today with the Apple TV on the Roku?
I think yesterday. I don't know.
So, but don't I have to give them something for them to know that I bought an Apple product?
No, they know because you're signing, you're logging.
Oh, because of my Apple ID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah. It's going to ask for your Apple ID stuff. Yes.
All right. I'll be trying it over the weekend.
Mike, look at Telegram.
I will. One second.
Oh God.
I just sent something in the private chat too, guys.
Yeah, hurry up, Mike. Look at Telegram. Mike, you're late. You're late, Mike.
And where am I looking at? Which
look
group?
At the one we put all the stories in.
Okay. Wow.
Oh.
That's why I'm laughing at Gary's comments in the thing. Because I don't know what's going on.
We have a lot of people watching.
No, we don't. Something's going on.
Yeah,
How do you know?
There's no way, George. We went from 15 to 200. Well, now we're back down. Gary, what'd you do?
We have somebody by the name of Hello World in here.
Yeah,
it seemed like
he's good.
He's got us on one of those spinny things where he spin to see which number pops up. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Okay.
Let me make sure I still got money in my bank account. Let me.
That's right. We're going from your channel today too.
Yeah, what's going on?
You're at risk here. Okay.
They're about to send me a free phone. Somebody.
Well, you've been through that.
Yeah, I need another free phone. I need somebody to reach out to me. My channel's blowing up.
There you go.
Oh man.
Oh yeah,
I don't even remember what George. Yeah, you got to go on there. They'll give it to you for free, man. Sign in, and then click on it like you want to do the trial, and it should do it for free
for a year.
They basically were giving it to anybody. You could have bought anything, just about an iPad. They just want you to watch it and then forget to cancel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They want you to forget to cancel.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I started watching the thing about space. I told you, Mike. And,
yeah, I know. I want to see that when I'm done here tonight. I'm gonna. Yeah,
pretty good. You know.
Yeah, that one, and my wife seemed like she was interested in that morning show, which I admit,
you'll be sitting there too.
One watching we are.
Yeah. All right. Mike, you can take this one because I saw another article.
Which one are we going to?
One about the PlayStation Vue getting canceled, and I couldn't find it. There was an article that popped up on my Google feed, Mike, and it was like, "Are the days of cord cutting over?" I don't know if you've seen that.
There's always somebody coming out saying cord cutting is, it's over. They're gonna, right now the latest thing is, did you see the thing about the FCC giving approval to cable companies to raise their cable bill because now cord cutting streaming services is considered a competitor like a cable service.
They're cutting into their revenue, and I understand that.
Yeah, well, that's so that basically the FCC and basically gave it a green light. You guys can, cable companies can raise their prices because.
In other words, the right politicians got paid off. That's all that says.
No, yeah. Mr. Chairman Pye got Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter. I don't care what party it is. Politicians are politicians. So I got to check.
PlayStation Vue. Anybody in the chat has a PlayStation Vue. Uses it presently.
I've got it shared. If you want to put it up.
Oh, all right. I'm sitting there reading Mike's thing. No, I don't have it. I did try it though, Mike. It was a.
You have a PlayStation, Will?
Yeah, I don't have it. I did. Yeah.
I have an old PlayStation, but I've never tried
it. Oh, okay. Is it on certain PlayStations?
Yeah,
I think you can do it on the new one. I don't think the old one has it.
I'm asking the chat room too if anybody in there has one. I'm just curious.
Very old, so it wouldn't work anyway.
Got you. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Close
right, this is on Engadget.
Engadget, yes. PlayStation Vue is the canary in the cord cutting coal mine. Streaming services have reached critical mass. Now, I don't know. I think there's still more room for it before we can call it. Yeah, I think there is too. We knew that this day will come. Sony has officially shut down the PlayStation Vue on January 30th, 2020, following days of rumors and years of whispers and longevity of the on-demand what the heck is OTT?
I have no idea.
Over the top.
Over the top?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Oh, okay. Television service. Yeah. Television. PlayStation Vue offers a mix of live and streaming video starting at $50 a month, and currently uses users into 500,000 households in the United States. According to the information, what's that, George?
The information is a pretty big time blog.
Okay. By comparison, Netflix has more than 158 million subscribers. Okay. Well, then I guess the PlayStation Vue is just chump change.
I would think that's why they're shutting down.
Yeah. 500,000 viewers is not enough to make Vue worthwhile for Sony's bottom line. Vue, I just realized that comment. 500,000 viewers is not enough to make the Vue worthwhile for Sony's bottom line. So not just like their phones,
I pay 58 million. Yeah,
and just like their phones, but they still make phones. So go figure that one out.
But it's about the same level of success. That's the thing.
Right. Vue occupies a murky space in the streaming TV Streaming TV industry offering channel packages like traditional cable company, but supplemented with streaming and DVR options. Sony rolled out View across the U.S. in 2016, promising a streaming solution that would feel familiar to folks with cable packages, including an exorbitant price.
The exorbitant price, yeah.
Yes. Nowadays, consumers know that streaming TV is. Nowadays, consumers know what streaming TV is. Packages don't need to mirror classic cable offerings. In fact, it's better that they don't. Cable companies are notorious for splittering their channel into bundles, charging more for popular stations and jamming those tiers with programs that many folks don't want and don't watch. It is a confusing solution from a bygone era, and it does make sense. And in an entertainment landscape dominated by YouTube, Twitch, and Netflix.
Agree.
In the current streaming climate, viewer, I can't read the comments because it must be good though. In the current streaming climate, viewers create their own bundles. It is fragmented, and customers have to stay on top which services they have, what they are offered, and how much they cost. But system offers more freedom and cost-saving options that bulk channels bundles. If you like watching Atlanta and also live Major League Soccer games, get Hulu and ESPN Plus for just $11 combined, $11 a month combined, or $17 if you want to watch Hulu without ads. If you like, what the heck is that?
That's how you have to say it.
Schitt's Creek and Fleabag get Netflix in 4K and Amazon Prime Video, which is included in the Prime membership, for $29 per month combined. Live TV isn't as important as it used to be. Major political and news-making events are generally streamed live on YouTube, while live sports are accessed through specific sites and apps. Recurring shows often land on streaming services the day after or even the same day they air on traditional TV. Exclusive and in-house content controls streaming space, driving viewers into specific services in droves. According to Nielsen, 16 million homes. Nielsen? Okay, according to Nielsen, 16 million homes in the U.S. don't have cable subscriptions. That's just 14% of the overall market, but the figure is growing. And Sony's decision.
Listen to how they make that sound. That's just 14% of the overall market. That's a huge chunk of the overall market. It's something that's growing.
Yeah. See, but that, you just pointed that out. That's how a lot of these people write this stuff. They still look at streaming and streaming services as just some weird thing that eventually it's going to go away. They don't want to acknowledge that how cable is bloated and just no good. Just financially no good. So it's just 14% of overall market, but the figure is growing. And Sony's decision to drop View is likely a response to this clear trend. The number of cord cutters has grown by 48% over the past 8 years. And more than half of these folks are from the younger generation. With a median age of 36.
And a few of us in our 70s. So there.
Yeah, really. The future seems is streaming. No kidding. However, live TV isn't dead. There are Hulu Plus, Live TV, AT&T Direct TV Now, and YouTube recently launched its own cable-like bundle with YouTube TV, which offers streaming video, DVR, and access to live television for $50 a month.
And let me tell you, I love my YouTube TV. Just had to get that in.
Yep, that's what Sony charges for the core tier of PlayStation Vue. YouTube TV offered more channels than Vue, and it was unlimited cloud storage compared to Vue's limit of 500 programs saved for 28 days at last count. YouTube TV had more.
Let me mention something about the unlimited cloud storage. You can make any program a favorite, and from the moment that you make it a favorite, it will DVR every single episode, including every single recast episode, and keep it there for 9 months. You tell me how
9 months?
You, 9
really?
months. Yeah,
but they do have a limit now.
After 9 months, it goes away. But the point being that you have 9 months to watch any show that's been DVR'd, and it stays there that whole 9 months. I don't see how you can beat that.
Yeah. It says here YouTube TV had more than 1 million subscribers.
And I'm one of
them. YouTube TV, I would be one, but again, it goes back to when YouTube TV gets Hallmark Channel, life will be better in this household.
Yeah, let me tell you, when we first got it over a year ago, it did not have the travel channel, and it did not have HGTV, and it did not have one of the cooking channels. I forgot. Food Network. Well, now it has all three of those. So
yeah, so they're going to be adding stuff on. I know. YouTube TV is proof that there is a market for live TV bundles, especially they include sports and original programming. And I will give also YouTube TV. Man, they got the sports channels, don't they, George?
Tons of sports. Tons. Yeah. Of sports. I love it.
Right. But PlayStation Vue's demise signals the industry is shrinking. I want to say the industry personally I think it's changing.
And I think it's not only not shrinking, it's growing and changing. Mm-hmm. It's just as usual, Sony can't compete.
I think the Vue, PlayStation Vue is a casualty of how things are changing. So,
but the whole point of this article is to say it. People don't like this old bundle cable TV crap, and that's what PlayStation Vue did wrong.
You know? Right. There are other competitors, including Sling and how do you say Philo?
Philo.
And they'll probably drop prices in the coming months in a bid to pick up Vue's leftovers. Okay. YouTube TV might temporarily lower its price too, which would be bad news for Sling and Friends. YouTube TV's strength lies in the position as an online streaming service first and live channel provider second. Very true. Yes. The upcoming generation is more comfortable with streaming and more likely to trust the company that isn't trapped in its past sack with set-top boxes and full DVR queries.
Queues.
Okay. The hit critical mass for streaming services with dozens of options and explosive newcomers like Disney Plus on her horizon. Consumers right now are taking stock of the services that they actually use and deciding how much they're actually worth each month. PlayStation Vue isn't the first live TV option to kick the bucket, but it certainly won't be the last. And there's truth in that also.
My prediction is 2 years from now, you're going to have Apple TV, Disney, and YouTube TV, and they're going to be kicking the crap out of everybody else.
Yeah, that's a fair prediction there, I think.
And Amazon does a good job because you get so much stuff as an Amazon Prime member.
Yeah. Yes, and Amazon stands a chance. I don't know. Sometimes I forget it's there. That's my only problem.
I do the same thing, and there are times I'll go back into it, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know I had that, and it's all because I'm a Prime member.
You're a Prime member. It's right there for you to use. So
you remember Fringe, the show Fringe?
No.
Oh, well, I remembered one day, I used to watch Friends all the time. And then I realized one day I could watch every single episode of all 5 seasons. And I did. I binge watched it for 3 weeks, because it was free on Prime.
Well, what have you been laughing at the whole time I've been reading that article? What's going on?
We gotta look at the comments.
I'm
looking. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
I saw our numbers were.
Yeah, you just gotta watch your protect your life after this. I don't know. My identity might be stolen if somebody starts talking to you.
Trolls beware! I like that one. I got a bunch of. We got a bunch of new faces in here too.
Yeah, Blue Fire Venom. Don't know.
Yeah,
don't know.
Mike, I'm telling you, you've been missing all. You've been missing it all, man. Y'all been missing it.
Hey, Blue Fire Venom. Who else?
Yeah, we need. Do we have mods?
Yeah, I'm giving everybody a hammer.
Error time.
I can't even keep up. Of course, on my week, right?
Yeah. Just lucky. Aren't you lucky?
Crazy.
Oh man.
Where
are we going from here? Well, you're in charge.
I don't know. I'm so lost in the comments. Hold on. All right, PlayStation View. I guess we can go to we can go to the phone spams or OnePlus. It doesn't matter.
You just stick them, dogs. All right, you just go to town.
Yeah, Mike. There's so many you can't even keep up. We can go to OnePlus. The OnePlus discount.
And where is that? Oh, okay, got it. And that's the one on Android Authority, right?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I can share it. Now you're going to read this one, right, Will?
Yeah, as soon as I.
Yeah, I'm waiting for mine to come up.
Easy.
It's slow today for some reason.
All right. You ready, George?
I've got it shared.
OnePlus discounts the OnePlus 7 Pro by $50. Quietly removes option with 6 gigs of RAM. I wonder if they're not going to do any more 6 gigs. Mike, what do you got? 8 or 6?
I guess 8. 8.
You don't even know.
I don't even know. It's a OnePlus. That's all I care about.
If you're mine is 6 because I got it from the beginning, but yeah, my guess is you're right. They're probably going to go to 8 and stay there.
Wait, George, you got a 6 gig?
That's all that, yeah. When they came out, you could get the 6 for $649 or the 8 for $699. Now they've dropped this to $649 for the 8 gig, and they eliminated the 6. So I think that's great.
All right. If you're in the market for a OnePlus 7 Pro, we have some good news. There's a temporary discount over at the official OnePlus site that saves you $50 off the list price. That $50 discount includes 3 different colorways: Mirror Gray, Almond, and Nebula Blue. Each of those devices, which all include 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage, will cost you $649 after the discount and before shipping and taxes. Unfortunately, the discount does not apply to the most high-end variant of the 7 Pro, which is the Nebula Blue model with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage. That device is still at its list price, which is still a very reasonable $749. When OnePlus launched the OnePlus Pro, I can't imagine this phone came out in May. What is this? October, and it was old. When the OnePlus 7 Pro launched back in May, there was a third variant available, a Mirror Gray model with 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage for $669. However, that model is
and that's what I have
from the U.S. site, so the $50 discount obviously doesn't apply. As of the publishing of this article, the remaining 7 Pro variants will all ship 24 hours of purchase, and you can buy one on an installment with 0 interest through partner Affirm for as little as $55 per month for 12 months. Only well-qualified customers will earn the 0% interest rate, though. The latest OnePlus device available in the U.S. is the 7T. It has no discounts, but it's still cheaper than any of the Pro models at just $599.
Okay, and this is the Mirror Gray model right here. Okay. And I absolutely love this device.
Yeah, OnePlus is killing it.
I agree.
OnePlus is really killing it.
Wide
Yeah, and
angle.
I also agree. It's a very reasonable price, even for the most expensive one. So
Google doesn't know what that is. While wide angle may be fun, we think telephoto is better.
Yeah.
Right.
I fixed that with that video. 6 had the GIF. Oh man. Yeah. OnePlus is. Google was like, we don't care about your wide angle.
Yep. Well, they want to be more Apple-like. They got to start dictating. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. So you're still in charge, Will.
I'm trying to keep up, George. All right. This is the last one.
I think Will's going to gain a few subscribers tonight.
Oh, Mike,
Yeah,
I don't think I want them. You don't understand. I got to figure out how to get rid of them. Because I think they're the ones causing the issue.
What issue? What issue you having? It's just people.
Just getting a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's not. There's something. There's no way, man. Yo.
Yeah. Somebody came in the room. Somebody hacked into the room. Hacked the room.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If they join, they're gonna get a notification every time we go on now.
That's fine.
Something, but I don't want one of them guys to get. Yeah, man. There's too many of them. It's crazy. It was like, Mike, there was like 280 of them.
Yeah.
And then people just started talking, saying crazy stuff. Like, I don't know. You were missing it, man. I was trying to keep up with with the chat.
Even now it says we've got 43 watching.
It's really crazy.
I like it.
So Will, tell me, and George, what do you think about this Fitbit purchase?
About Google buying Fitbit?
2 years. I want to be happy about it, Mike, but I just don't trust Google, man. Look what they did with Motorola. They're gonna like buy it and take some of their stuff and probably kill it. I wish I bought stock in Fitbit like 2 days ago. I would have made a couple $.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you would have made a killing then, yeah.
Yeah, because it was down. It was $4 something. I think now it went up to like $7. I'd have made some money.
Definitely.
What was the price?
It was I think it was like 480 something. I think now it's at like 7 something. I think. I had seen it. People were saying they were going to buy it, but it was like
Google's buying Fitbit for $2.1 billion. Not bad.
They bought it for, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I want to tell you, I like Kevin and Tech Ninja's comment he made.
Yeah, they're going to close it.
Yeah.
Everybody.
2 years.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. But I think, to me, this is a desperation move for Google as far as Android Wear OS. They have to do something to try to save Wear OS. I think this is their last effort. Don't you think so, Will?
Look, I agree with Gary. I do agree. Yes, Pixel Watch. They've been talking about it. I think it's going to happen.
But we've been talking about the Pixel Watch for 2 years now.
I don't know. Well, this is the thing. They don't have a health tracking like Apple does. You know what I mean?
No, they have Google Fit, which does a pretty good job for that.
They'll have Fitbit now, which is great, but it's not going to help Wear OS. Wear OS sucks.
Yeah, I think
people saying that. I'm telling you, it's gotten much better.
I think this is their desperation move to save Wear OS.
Sucks, man. I'm telling you. I'd rather use a Samsung watch than Wear OS.
I'm going to go get one now.
You see, I've never used it too much. So.
Yeah, Wear OS is the worst, man. It's bad.
Like I say, it's not bad until you've had an Apple Watch. Then, by comparison, it's bad.
I think it's bad no matter what. Like
I was fine with it until but I was going back and forth between Wear OS and Fitbit.
You know what though, George? I think it's not even. I don't think the watch operating system is bad, but then like Mike was, Google Fit is bad. Like to me, the whole Android and what's it called? The Wear OS app to me is bad.
I'm sorry, Will. It's gotten better. It's gotten better, but it's not. But that's the problem with Wear OS. Google just let it just sit there and rot on the vine. and Apple ran away.
They have Google has no, they just don't do anything with them
because it's fragmented, man. There's 50 different people making watches. Everybody can do their own thing. Some of them have always on displays. Some don't. True. Some have the turn the bezel. Some have a crown that you can turn. Some have buttons.
And that's what Apple has on. It's a uniform.
That's the problem with Android altogether.
Yeah,
that's why it's like why. That's why I'm like Mike says, Mike. You're right a lot tonight. Why even buy the Pixel? Because all right, look, George. They put the Pixel, the new camera app, right? People have got it already on Xiaomi and every other phone.
Like, they do?
Yeah, people are modding it and doing all kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy, man. It's like, why even buy? You know what I mean? Like y'all said, why even buy the $1,000 phone for Android? Because the APKs get out, everything gets leaked. Google has no control over nothing. Not just with the Pixel, but you know who keeps their stuff locked down is Samsung. Samsung, you can find like an APK, but you can't use it on another phone because you need the whole framework of Samsung to use it.
Yep, that's true.
But
I don't know why Google doesn't do that.
I just can't believe what after letting Wear OS rot on the vine, as I call it, so long.
Yeah,
now they spent a ton of money, a ridiculous amount of money, $2 billion.
Yeah,
that's
a lot.
That's nothing. To Google, that's nothing. That's chump change to Google. Come on.
But still,
they got Fitbit for cheap.
Oh yeah,
it was dying, so they got it for cheap when they bought it.
And in the whole
Android
side of things, who was the biggest competitor that they had? Fitbit. So it makes sense to me.
Oh yeah, but man, it just why all of a sudden out of nowhere? So we're going to buy Fitbit. You know, they're up to something. There's more to meets the eye here. I think.
They're trying to save it. You know.
I don't even, Mike. I'm not even going to think that they're going to do something good with it because Google just doesn't have that kind of.
I'm going to get a Wear OS watch,
yeah.
and then a Wear OS watch, and we'll be getting together for Red Robin.
You keep saying it's gotten better. What's your latest experience with Wear OS?
All right, and this
tell me what's better about it because the last time I used one was the Huawei Watch 2, and it got the update where you could swipe.
That's a long time ago, Will. That's a long time.
You could swipe from the side, but I don't understand. You saying it was a long time ago, but it's still Wear OS. I got the latest update.
Okay, so Mike, Mike, when was the last time you used Wear OS?
When I
Mike had the Moto 360.
Right, but it got an update. It got a major update when
was the last time you used it? That's all I'm asking.
Well, I gave it to my niece Emily.
When?
Mike, listen. George, he gave it to Emily. He gave it to Emily when she was in high school. Now she's a doctor.
No! Last Christmas party, man.
That's cool.
That's how long ago it was. Because
Wear OS is
okay, I'll buy that.
Wear OS is bad, Mike. I got that same update you got, and I was like, okay, let's see what they changed. They didn't do nothing. You could swipe from the side to get Google Assistant. It still was laggy. It still was, it's still trash.
I can't speak on it because I didn't get my Apple Watch till last Christmas. I was using Fitbit for like 6 months before that. So
George, no matter what they do with it, it's gonna be Wear OS. Mike, you can go buy the.
Not saying they can't program and make it better.
You can go buy the Fossil Watch Gen 5, and it's still Wear OS on it, man. It's still trash.
But you make it sound like they can't programmatically make it better. Of course they can.
Google hasn't updated it since then. So, Mike, listen, when you want to reply to a text message on there, you know how Apple does it where you can draw the face or whatever. On Wear OS, you can draw the face. George, the faces are those little blobs from like Android Marshmallow.
But I'm thinking this line of it has to do with some new strategy they have.
It's going to be Google Fitbit. You're going to probably be able to buy Fitbit watches that Google's going to put their made by Google or whatever on the side. Those are going to be for probably a year. And then Google will be like, we're closing Fitbit. That's going to be the end.
Well, that's what Tech Ninja said. Yeah.
They're gonna sell the rest of their stuff off, take some of their ideas and sell it, and then we'll get a Pixel watch.
This is a gut. This is a gut move.
We'll get a Pixel watch that's going to be trash. That's
Well, let's
all.
hope not. Let's hope not.
Yeah, Tech for you needs. I'm not taking it away. Yes, Watch OS is yes, it's better. Yes, it is much better.
Yes, it's way ahead.
But Wear OS has come a good ways now.
Will show some of the comments, Will.
Mike, it's so bad, man. Wear OS is so. Wear OS is
I
terrible.
would give you one. I would get it for you to put it on, but you're going, I'm sending back my Pixel. I'm sending back my Pixel.
You won't get me a watch that I won't wear? I'll be embarrassed. Mike, listen, it's so bad. I'm using the Pixel, right? I'm using the Pixel, and I take my Apple Watch.
Now, Tanner says he's using his Apple Watch and his Gear S3. Yeah. Okay, so like you
said, the Gear S3 is better.
Yeah, that's true.
Mike, I tried, man. I tried the Moto 360. I tried the original Huawei watch. I tried the Huawei watch.
You get an Apple Watch.
I tried the something else, and then even before that, George, it was just like.
Well, for me, the best of the Android Wear watches was the ZTE watch, which was also the cheapest.
Yeah, but what makes you think it was the best? Because to me, it's like Mike says, the software. It's still the same software.
Yeah, but the ZTE watch, I don't know, there was something about it that it seemed better on the ZTE than anybody else.
Probably had the same chip in it and everything, just like they're pushing that new chip that they're supposed to be making and blah, blah. It's still going to be bad, man.
Well, when you get the new Wear OS, it's going to make you happy. In other words, it's going to make you chipper.
Google would have to be the ones in control of it for it to be good. Google would have to start from the ground. They would have to completely redo Wear OS, the app and everything, to try to catch up.
Google completely redoing stuff. That doesn't bother them.
They have to. They can't build on what they have because what they have isn't good. The only good thing about it was being able to change the watch face.
So now you buy Fitbit and you make that the baseline of what you do. That might work.
I think they just bought them because Fitbit is good at tracking health and activity.
That was their biggest competitor. That's true.
That goes back to software again. Think about it.
True. Right. And if they make Fitbit the base of their software, well, maybe what Wear OS would be good.
Like, raise your hand. You and George are the only ones because I got rid of mine.
Well, I me, I keep everything. I still have one Fitbit and 4 Android Wear watches right now, all the way back to the original Moto.
Have you fired them up lately?
Not in the last few months, no.
Did you say did he put him in the fire? Did you put him in the fire, George? That's what he meant to say.
Yeah, right.
They're really bad, man. They're really bad.
You're such a hater, man.
Look, Mike, this is how bad it is. Even having the Pixel, I'm like, I should get an Android watch. And I'm like, oh, well, what's that one? The Fossil watch Gen 5 looks good.
That does look good.
And I'm like, nah, not for $270. Where it's going to
want too much money. Yeah, I agree.
It's going to be the same thing that's you know what I mean. That was in the Huawei watch 5 years ago. The same software. I can't do it, man.
What they do with Fitbit, I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt that they can improve things. But we'll see.
Google's gonna mess it up, man. They can't listen, George. They can't even get their phone right. So I don't have hope for them for like a watch, man. They should just do speakers and doorbells and speakers and doorbells and stuff.
Cameras,
searches, camera software, searches. They shouldn't even do the hardware, George, because they'll be like, wide angle is what do they say? More is not fun or whatever he said.
I mean, the speakers are hardware and those are pretty great,
Yeah, but in the phone, they don't have to do no hardware with the phone.
No, I see.
Wait. MC2. He says, watching your own the 7 Pro. Excuse me. I'm not. I didn't pay too much. Not impressing me. Wow.
He was on Twitter. He had said he got a phone for cheap. I'm surprised.
I love my 7 Pro. So
I'm surprised he doesn't.
The only one I like better is my iPhone. You know.
I want to know what he doesn't like about it.
Yeah, tell us what you don't like about the 7
Yeah.
Pro. That's interesting. Yeah, because most people I know absolutely love it. You know.
Mike, he's around our way. He's in Jersey.
I know.
Oh, there's another Jersey guy. Boy, we're all over the place.
Jersey.
Hey,
I'm surprised he doesn't like it. Wow, I'm shocked.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
hey, MC, you want a free burger? Bet Will on something, okay? I'll video it for you. All right.
He was on Twitter saying that he was getting the phone. I figured it was a OnePlus. I love my Apple Watch Series 5 and the battery last month.
I'm thinking you probably shouldn't mess with MCs because you don't want to get the hammer.
Yeah. Well, the hammers are flying earlier.
Yeah, he's in Burlington. There you go.
Oh, he's in Bro, so he's not that far
I
from
think
you.
he is Bridgeton.
Mike, he's the one I told you had that crazy story at Best
Yeah,
Buy.
I remember. I know. I follow
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, he doesn't like I'm surprised.
Yeah. Wow.
He let us know what he doesn't like about it. That'd be interesting. You know, I mean, the cameras keep getting better. They keep making the thing better. So
Yeah, they seem like they really, yeah.
Yeah, they listen. You know, yeah. Even Nigel says he loves his OnePlus 7 Pro G5.
They listened. They were like, headphone jack gone.
Yeah. Well, plus, you know, OnePlus has got to be good because it's the one company that Nigel likes that's not Huawei. Come on now.
And don't have 5G either.
There you go,
Yeah.
Mike. He said it's top heavy. He said it's too heavy.
Well,
it is a heavy phone, but you know what? I don't know. He wasn't here earlier. I got the Pixel 4, right? And it's really light. I would have rather the phone be heavier if they made a 4,000 milliamp battery instead of
bigger battery. I agree. Yes, it is a very heavy phone. That's true. It's easily the heaviest phone of the year.
I don't know though. See, I kind of like that because it feels like what you paid for.
Yeah, you
like
feel like you've got something in your hand. Yeah.
No wireless charging.
Nah.
They should have put it. Listen, they should have put it. Wait. No. Mike, they should have put it. But I can give them a pass because it charges so fast.
That fast charging.
Everybody else, but
I don't even have.
It's going to be wireless.
I didn't even take the fast charging that came with the 7T. I'm using the one that came with the 6, and it's still.
Why aren't you using the?
Because I want to keep the box. I want to keep it all neat and clean.
I'm
still using
the one that came with my 5T. So
it's so far it charges up quick, doesn't it, George?
Yeah, Mike, you have the 7T, so you have 30 warp charge 30T.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you have the fastest there is.
To be fast.
I put this one on at night. I get up in the morning. I go make my lunch, bake breakfast, shower, put it on the charger. Then when I'm ready to go out the door, this is ready to go.
There you go.
No problem. I had yesterday the 6 I did run down quite far down, and then I had company come over. I have music on the phone, and I threw it on the charger, did a few things around the house. In 20 minutes I had 50%. I went from in the teens to 50%.
Yep,
hands down. I can live without. I like wireless charging. These two phones, wireless charging.
These two. Right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 or 5 phones with wireless charging. Do you know how often I use any of my wireless chargers? Never. I just don't. No, I just don't bother with them.
I use it once in a while, but if I have a OnePlus, it's like I don't feel like I need it because the phone charges from like 0 to 100. It's like 40 something minutes. Like it's so fast that.
Well, I need the reason I don't put them on my wireless chargers. I sit at this desk. All my plugs for any of my phones are at this desk. So when I sit down here, I just plug them in, and that's it. Even though I have a wireless charger sitting at the back of the desk.
No, I think next year, I think they're going to put it in the 8. I think they have to.
I will agree. Yeah. To change things up, they're going to have to.
I think they're going to have to. This is like,
and if you're in such a good role, they don't want to mess that up.
Yeah, they don't have a.
It's got to be fast. It's got to be fast. Really, like they're fast wired charging.
Yeah.
But how fast can you? Yeah, but how fast?
But it's got to be wireless. Listen, it's got to be wireless. It's got to be fast.
Wireless is fast as the wire.
It's gonna be so fast. I don't
Probably.
think
How
people-
about their
I
own
don't
charging pad?
maybe, but I don't
But-
think people are really gonna care if
It's not there. It's not there. You know. I mean, the technology may not exist to make it as fast as their wire charger. That
Samsung has a fast wireless charging pad that's faster than regular
right.
charging, but it's not like wired. It's
You
never
got to use their brick. You got to use their brick. I think. Don't you? Have to use
yeah, when you use
But
your
it's
Samsung
not as
setup.
fast as plugging in. You know.
But if you use the wireless charging, it's going to be slower because it's just not efficient. It's letting off so much.
Exactly.
You know, like look at the Pixel. The Pixel wireless charges. This one now you can charge it fast on any charger or whatever they call it fast. Because remember last year that was a thing. The only way you could charge it to the highest speed that it would go was you had to have the Pixel stand.
Yeah.
Because Google is Google. Oh man, Google is they're rough. I think Easy already had a funeral for this phone.
Oh, did he already?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, here's Nick 2. The 7 Pro is not a bad phone at all, but now I appreciate Samsung for how they kept their Note devices from feeling this heavy. So he doesn't like the weight. Okay, so that's the thing, and it's a very heavy phone. That is true.
It is heavy. I don't know. See, I like it being heavy though.
I kind of like it too. You know,
like I feel like I paid $750 or whatever you paid. It's like like this phone's $1,000. It's like a piece of paper.
yeah, that's true.
It's really light. I would have rather them make it thicker than
Yeah, give me that battery.
than to be this like. Well, I mean, this I think is thicker than the 3 a little bit, but
Yes, it is a little bit. We're down to 4 minutes to 10.
yeah. All right. Well,
Is the Team 100 going on tonight? Any word?
not sure.
Everybody know?
Not sure. I think Alan might have left with all the Bangladesh people.
Oh.
See, I do a lot of walking and watching content when I'm walking. Yeah, see. I usually walk and watching landscape mode. The 7 Pro is too heavy to hold the way I use it. Yeah, I hear you. It is kind of heavy. Yeah, so many people.
I'm trying to see if anybody's got something coming up for Team 100.
Oh yes, almond. That is the color. That almond one.
A lot of people like that almond.
That almond
I
one.
still like the gray.
The silk white. The silk white 6. That was to me. That was the one. I like that silk. The silk white one.
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm going to say, MC, go pick one of these up. Go trade that in. Go swap us something. Go get that.
Well, he got that one cheap, Mike. He's not going. You got to sell that one and then get some money back, and then get that one because that one's only $5.99. So if you sell that one for $5 or $4.75, it wouldn't be that bad.
Trying to see if I see any of the guys that have the Team 100 upcoming.
I'm very happy with this. Very happy.
Mike, you love anything OnePlus, man.
He loves
And
anything more
Moto.
Yeah.
I will admit. It's going to be hard to give up this phone, the S9. I like the size. It's definitely a very nice, manageable phone to work. To do stuff. Right now, that my personal number is in this SIM here. So, and I find talk about sizes. This has become too big after a while. The 8 Plus. The 8 Plus. Right. I'm looking forward to a phone like the iPhone 11. What's that?
You see what Gary said?
Yeah, that's right. My casserole's really heavy. Oh, man,
don't worry, Gary said. Coming up in Mike. The countdown is going.
I know we got the countdown. You're right.
2 months. 2 months.
2 months. You're right.
That's right. No more casseroles for Mike. It's gonna have to be.
That's right.
Casserole.
We want to see the new and improved Mike.
Yeah.
Vegetable casserole.
That's yeah. That sounds good.
Me and Mike are gonna get on a schedule. We're gonna have to get like 3 days a week or something.
If my wife, I don't know. I didn't see my wife Pat. I gotta give her a huge shout out. She's not a gym person. She's sticking with the Planet Fitness. when she goes with her girlfriend, she's doing it quite often, like 3 days, 3 days a week at least. So
a piece of advice for any of you people who are beginning to exercise or thinking about it. I've been doing this for 38 years straight. And what I always tell people, the key is stick to it. Do not let yourself say, well, I'll skip today. And that's how you end up not doing it for 6 months. Stick to it. You don't have to do it 6 days a week like I do. But if you're doing it 3 days a week, stick to those 3 days a week and don't budge. Otherwise, you'll fall off. And I'm one of those extremely unusual people. I don't need anybody to work out with. I do better by myself. But I'm unusual. I know it.
Okay.
That's how I ended up having my own gym.
All right, everybody. I guess we'll go. It's 10 o'clock.
yeah, well, somebody's got to go to work.
What a night! Yeah, I got to go to work, and
Yes.
Mike is going to dig up his Wear OS watch from the grave.
No, my niece has got it. Stop.
Yeah. Well, Mike,
I'm gonna go swap and get me a Wear OS watch.
got
There
her
we go.
for a job at the hospital because she went to doctor at school and all that stuff since you gave it to her.
Anyway, folks, next week we're on the Mobile Geezer channel, so please tune in.
Yeah. All right, Mike, you gonna say your goodbyes?
Hi there, I'm Mike Dixon, Simply Device. Thanks for everybody stopping by, and give Will some. Everybody, get Will to 100. Will, like 87 subs now.
Oh, yeah, I got some people I don't even know who they are. They're probably. I'm telling you, next time we're on, when I do this, they're gonna do it again. Watch.
Okay, good. We're going to get Will to 100. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Mike is gonna give us a what's it called? First impressions. You got to give us a video on that phone,
That's
right?
right.
Yes,
Definitely.
I started shooting. I did start to shoot some video, and I got to see if the weekend will allow me to finish it up.
Okay.
So,
All right. Me?
Go, George.
All right. So I'm Mobile Geezer. Of course, you can find me at Facebook and I always want to say Google Plus, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and of course my website, which I haven't written anything for 2 weeks. It's mobilegeezer.wordpress.com. And next week, Friday Night Tech Talk will be on the Mobile Geezer channel. And keep watching the Mobile Geezer channel because something special is coming soon. That's the best I can do.
We're waiting for it then.
All right.
He's teasing us.
That's right.
Yes, he is. All right, y'all. Good night.
See you.